Here's how PoliGlow ruined this Montana high country. Welcome back to Front Range Detail Studio, folks, and today we are working on this beautiful 39-foot Montana high country fifth wheel. And despite its condition, this model is only a 2020, believe it or not. But the problem is when it started to oxidize a while back, the owner decided to do a PoliGlow treatment to it and regretted it within a few months when it started to break down. And so now not only is it oxidized, but it has all this crazy blotchiness on it where the PoliGlow actually etched in, it broke down unevenly, and it etched the surface pretty much permanently unless we do a super deep cut. And so when he brought it to us, we started restoring it. We did 2 levels of wet sanding, a compound and a polish. And we actually finished it down here where you can see the reflection is really good. We kind of stopped up there. We haven't gotten there yet. But despite our best efforts with 2 wet sanding steps, you can still very much see the PoliGlow etching in there. And so we tested and we figured out that we would have to go almost as deep as 600 grit in order to fully get all that broken down PoliGlow out. And that just wasn't in the budget for this customer. So he's having us kind of stop here. We just have to kind of deal with the etchings. We're gonna coat over them, but they are now just a permanent part of the surface on this rig. But lucky for him, he actually didn't do that on this other side. The other side of the rig did not get any PoliGlow. So as you can see here, we've already wet sanded over there to the left. That's why it's still kind of dark, still kind of cloudy. But here we restored this section just to show you. And after the compound and polish, it is absolute glass. There is no etching. There's no broken down PoliGlow whatsoever. And it just looks beautiful. So this is what should have happened in the first place on both sides. When it starts to oxidize, you want to find somebody who can wet sand. You want to find somebody who can compound and polish and ceramic coat the rig. And now it is protected from any future oxidation. But the best thing you can possibly do for these rigs is ceramic coat them from the go. Don't wait until you're dealing with oxidation. Don't wait until your rig is 2 or 3 years old, because by then it's too late. Gel coat is just of that nature. Just from the factory, they don't even sand it that deeply, so it doesn't have the best shine. It's extremely porous. It holds onto UV rays. It holds onto dirt, dust, debris, and the end result is major oxidation. So you have these giant rigs that are beautiful and shiny from the get-go, but within, sometimes I've seen it as quick as 2 years, they start to severely oxidize, especially on the darker ones. And this is what you end up with. And unfortunately, PoliGlow and other acrylic products just end up etching into the surface and ruining it because it's a cheap DIY solution. It's a cheap get it off the dealer's lot solution, but ultimately it is terrible for the rig and you end up with all this crazy blotchiness that you can see here despite sanding, despite compounding and polishing. So in conclusion, folks, if you have a brand new rig, ceramic coat it from the get-go. If you can spring for PPF, do it. I know it's extremely expensive to PPF these things, but that's a surefire way to protect it from oxidation for at least 10 to 12 years. If you can't afford that, get it coated right away. It's gonna be the cheapest when it's brand new, minimal prep work, and then just keep up with it from there. But if you wait until it looks like this, it's going to oxidize severely. It's gonna take a lot of money and a lot of effort to get it restored. And then after it's coated, there's still a risk that it'll oxidize faster because the surface was unprotected for so long. Thank you for watching, folks. Call us anytime for all your RV detailing, ceramic coating, and cleaning needs. See you next time.